Arancini is the most popular street food in Sicily, and for good reason. The saffron risotto is commonly stuffed with meat ragu and peas. Today, each arancini shop has a variety of flavors, and I'm making 3 types in this video. First things first is cooking the risotto. You can use Arborio or Carnaroli rice. Start by sauteing a minced shallot in some olive oil before adding a couple cloves of chopped garlic. Then it's important to toast the rice in the pan for a couple minutes. You'll know it's done toasting when the individual grains of rice are translucent towards the ends and have a white dot in the middle. At this point, you can start adding your warm broth in stages. You can use vegetable or chicken broth and even enhance the color and flavor with a few strands of saffron. As you add the broth, you must stir the rice frequently. When the grains of rice come in contact with each other, it releases their starch, creating a creamy consistency. When most of the liquid gets absorbed, you can add more broth, repeating the process until the rice is cooked. In this recipe, I use 2 cups of rice and about 6 cups of broth. Once cooked, take it off the heat and stir in a couple tablespoons of butter and about a half cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Then taste for salt. But remember, for arancini, you don't want the rice to overpower the filling. Once the risotto is finished, spread it out on a baking sheet and put it in the fridge to cool while you make the fillings. The first filling I'm making is inspired by pasta alla matriciana. Start by frying the guanciale until the fat is rendered out. Then add your strained tomatoes directly to the pan and let it reduce for a few minutes. In typical amatriciana fashion, I added pecorino cheese, which will also help thicken it up, making it easier to stuff in the arancini. My personal favorite version is with shrimp, so I also quickly sauteed some baby shrimp with salt, pepper, and lemon zest, and then finished it with a squeeze of lemon and chopped parsley. I kept the other version simple with just mozzarella cheese and basil, and that's what I'm making the first one with here. For stuffing the arancini, it's nice to use a measuring cup to scoop the rice so each one is about the same size. The ones I'm making with just cheese and basil are a little smaller, so I used about a half cup of rice. And for the other 2 versions, I used about 3/4 cup. Spread the rice in an even layer on your hand and add the filling to the center. Form the rice around the filling with your other hand until it's completely sealed, and then roll it around like a meatball. For breading the arancini, they are typically dipped in a simple batter and then rolled in the breadcrumbs, but I like to do a dredge with flour and eggs, then fine panko. It helps to have a bowl of water nearby to wet your hands so the rice doesn't stick to them. Repeat the process until all the arancini are formed. Then put them in the freezer for a bit so they can firm up before frying. The name arancini comes from their close resemblance to oranges. In Italian, the word arancia means orange, which is a fruit that is grown throughout the island of Sicily. So arancini simply means little oranges. You want to serve them straight out of the fryer. So before everyone is ready to eat, heat your oil up to 350 degrees. I use grapeseed oil, but you can use anyone with a high smoke point. Carefully drop the balls into the oil and gently move them around. They should fry for about 5 minutes or until the outside is golden and the inside is heated through. I like to serve the cheese ones with marinara sauce and the shrimp ones with lemon. These are really fun to make and you can get creative with the fillings. But be careful because once you make them for somebody, they're going to want them again and again.